So where are y'all from?
I'm from Seattle, Washington.
I'm from Texas.
Okay. What do y'all think about the protests that are going on now?
I love the protests. There's so much more collaboration between communities here versus the Occupy scene in Seattle. Like, it's a lot more. I see a lot more age demographic rather than just either all students or all youth. And if there are, like, because there are that in the Occupy movies, but here it's more of a blend of all of them together at once. So I just like I really enjoy. I just enjoy the community film, the lack of hostility.
I'm pretty much along the same way. Since we've been here, the thing that stood out the most to me was last night after I left my friend's house for dinner. I was waiting to go get on the subway, and at the intersection, every time the light changed, people were moving. And so as an organized group, they weren't blocking traffic, cars were driving by it, honking, and then people were just with their pots and pans. And I've never seen such people so friendly. Someone gave me this, so they welcomed me and gave me my little welcoming patch, and I just say salam. I mean, in Seattle, I have not marched in one of our marches. I've had a real fear because of not knowing what's going to happen and because of our police and things like that. But here, I have not had one moment of fear or afraid that something's going to happen. And both of us said we did not want to get arrested here, so we were going to avoid it.
And one thing I really did notice too is there's a lot more. If you walk down cafes or streets or restaurants, there's just public support rather than just only the people I'm protesting. There's a lot more acknowledgement in a positive way. Like when we were eating at just a restaurant,
Right.
there were people like either doing a thumbs up, whistling, clapping, or cheering,
Hitting
their cups while the marchers were marching while they were sitting. I thought that was very interesting.
Do y'all see it as being, do you think it will be a successful movement? Will they halt the tuition increases?
Well, they've been going for about 107 days straight. So I think
They've been what, striking?
Yeah, the striking. Okay. So that momentum is still alive. I think what happened last Wednesday was unfortunate because there were some people who decided to break windows and they took it into a different direction, and they could have destroyed the public support. And what happened was they were corralled, so 500 people were arrested, and that was only because some people ruined it for the rest of the people.
But there's also, because I was also talking to Cameron, because it could have also been that the police were, because it was getting so big and so large, and not necessarily as publicly say, it didn't have as much public support with 150,000 people, but they took in, from what I've heard, and I don't want to cut this as fact, but they took in police from other counties. It was a planned arrest to cut people off and then arrest 500 people. It's just what I've heard from another youth who goes to Concordia, like the college here.
Okay.
But that young man also said the fines are really heavy for anyone that's a student union member. So like this gentleman, he's a union president or something. So if he gets arrested, it's $125,000 if he's connected with a protest.
And $5,000 per person.
Oh, you spoke to the student leader?
Yeah, today.
Okay.
So we're learning that the students themselves within their organization are taking a lot of risk. But as far as the community support that are not students is what we're impressed with. I mean, to see people that are moms and dads and old people and children. I got a picture of this kid, I'll have to show it to you, just hitting the pot and that type of thing. You don't see that in Seattle. It's so divided. And here you're seeing every walks of people coming together that have a common cause. And I think that's really what it is. The Bill 78 is just horrendous, and then the hiking of the tuition is even horrendous. But in Seattle, we're so mad at everything. There's not like a collective mad. If we all had something to wrap around, I mean, I don't know.
It's broad and important, but the focus, it's not nearly as focused as the one here in Montreal. Because Seattle, I'm not saying Seattle's any less valid, but it's going in so many directions. It's hard to follow. It's hard to follow the Occupy movement from an outsider. Whereas here, I can get it right away. I've only been here for 2 days, and I'm
excited. I want to be part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.